Welcome to Aquarian Pearls Special Edition. I'm Misha and this is David, and I've got some questions for David today.
Well, the great thing in my life is that I was born into a pearl family. So our family started pearling in 1830. My grandmother's grandmother's father was a pearl dealer. They all dealt in natural pearls. And so as a child growing up in London, I went to my dad's office and became fascinated with all the characters in the business. And I was offered the chance to go and live in Japan when I was 18 and 19 for 2 years to learn the whole pearl business. And there I met all the leading characters in the business from Europe and America and Asia. I got the opportunity to come to Australia for a year and work in the business, selling pearls in Sydney and Melbourne and Adelaide and Perth and Brisbane. And after a year, my boss sold his business back to my Tokyo boss, and I started a new company for him. And then when I left a few years later, I was really eager to start my own business and operate my own business. And I'd fallen in love with the pearls from Broome in Australia. So I just took all the money I had and went and bought some more and just started trading. And that was the beginning of my my love affair with pearls as Aquarian Pearls.
That's brilliant. I imagine you would have built up quite a network with all the generations of pearl dealing.
We were very lucky to know all the principal pearl farmers around the world. My dad, Boris Norman, bought the first Australian pearl harvest in 1959.
Wow.
And he was helping to set up the Tahitian pearl industry in the middle 60s.
Right.
With the Rosenthal family, and worked with all the principal producers in Tahiti as well. He had a fishery for natural pearls in Bahrain, and he went to the Philippines to buy the shell. So he knew everybody, and then he knew everybody at the other end of the business in Europe and America and Asia, who were actually reselling the pearls as branded jewelry. So I had an amazing leg up to get started.
Yeah, it sounds like your family were instrumental in making the pearl industry what it is today.
We were definitely a little cog in the big wheel.
Yes.
It's a whole lot of family businesses. There's a lot of Indian families, a lot of Asian Chinese families, and a lot of Japanese families. And here in Australia, we've got the dynasty of the Paspays.
Yes.
There's Robert Wan in Tahiti,
Yeah.
the Braneleks in the Philippines. And so throughout the industry, there are these big family groups, and we've all known each other for generations, which is it's very lucky.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
So we're always trying to buy and sell and make the finest quality pearl jewelry, whereby when you're valuing and judging your pearls, you're really looking for the size, the shape and the color, but for the quality to determine, you're looking for the luster. The more luster you have, the more nacre coating you have, of course, and for the cleanliness of the skin. And we try and make the Aquarian Pearls jewelry as clean and bright and AAA luster and highest quality possible.
Well, that's the difference between pearl jewellery looking lovely on and looking absolutely stunning on. That's the
Very
real
much the
difference.
case. The sustainability and the ethical sourcing has become such a key determinant in where we buy pearls in the whole world now, that everybody cares a lot more about these issues. But we're very lucky in the pearl business because the farmers by nature have to be having their pearl farms be pristine in very carefully selected bays with big tidal flow for the nutrients and the plankton to flow in and out. And humans are the last thing they need at the farm, except to clean the oysters so they can open and feed. So for ethics and sustainability, as long as the oceans aren't heating up, we're going to be okay in the pearl business. And all the farmers that I know in French Polynesia, Tahiti, in Australia, in the Philippines, in Burma, and Indonesia, in Japan, and China too, they're all hell-bent on the best ethical practices. We're very lucky in the pearl business that we're actually dealing with the most natural of gems in many ways, that our job is essentially to keep the oysters clean and left alone, and the oysters grow the pearls for us.
But pearl farmers might be giving something back environmentally, because oysters are part of ocean's natural ecosystem, being a filtration system.
Exactly, as a filter feeder, exactly. And when you've finished making your pearls, you pop the oysters back to the bottom of the ocean. They can propagate filter feed and make new oysters, definitely contributing to the sustainability of the entire business.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Pearls and trends with social media have become much more in your face, so to speak. And in the past, you'd see a picture of Queen Elizabeth I from the 1500s wearing pearls, and you'd think, wow, she's pretty pearly. You'd see all the heads of government, royalty, principal players in European society from when they first discovered the Americas, from the late 1400s all the way through. People were bedecked in pearls as a symbol of royalty and power. But social media has elevated the desirability of pearls, especially when you've had Chinese movie stars wearing pearls, for example, and then there are influencers with millions and millions of followers, literally. And if one influencer or movie star puts on a pearl necklace or something, it has this mass appeal. And we've noticed the Met Gala, the fundraiser for the Metropolitan Museum of Art for the fashion, everybody was wearing pearls the last 3 years. So in a way, pearls are much more out there for everybody. Influencer with millions of followers. Yes. I was going to call them subjects, but they're followers, aren't they? Is pushing pearls, or a movie star. It could sell out, which happened a couple of years ago. We ran out of Tahitian pearls because a movie star put 28 photos of Tahitian pearl jewellery on, and when we went to the Hong Kong auctions, one wholesaler from Shanghai had bought the whole auction, and there was no pearls to buy. And still we have enormous shortages because the Chinese market has consumed so much in Tahitian pearls and Australian pearls, and we're all struggling a bit to fill the safes.
The pearl industry is so fascinating, isn't it?
It really
endless
is.
Amazing stories.
Well, I would stick to your quality. Put your absolute passion, troll, and enthusiasm for the highest quality item that you can do. Probably use influencers and social media to get your brand out there, and never ever give up. I've noticed a lot of men are wearing pearls. I put mine on today, got my bracelet and my necklace, and I've noticed some very famous people like Baz Luhrmann is always wearing his white pearls. Sir Rod Stewart, my musical hero, who's 80 years old, going on tour soon, he wears pearls almost every day. Lewis Hamilton, the champion of Formula One, wears pearls most of the time. Harry Styles, the singer. There's this endless array of men wearing pearls. But there's a sort of heightened awareness of pearls worldwide. And many people, when they find out I'm a pearl man, they say, oh, you're so lucky, they're in fashion. And I say, well, our company and our family have been in business 5 generations. And frankly, pearls have been in fashion since Cleopatra wore them.
Yeah, true.
Or Queen Elizabeth I. So yes. I'm sort of against fashion and more for longevity in the business.
Love that when it comes to pearl jewellery and fashion, your imagination's the limit, so the designers could come up with whatever they like, and people love them, wear them, it just increases their popularity.
Correct. Because you're in direct contact with the public and the customers. They can telephone in or email in, and it's a very interactive environment. And I love it because it's live, and these shows go on for a few hours and much more excitable, live and entertaining. And I find for people like me with short attention spans, this is really the way to go. And it's when I first was introduced to the TV shopping, which was 18 years ago, I thought, who'd buy off a TV set? So I didn't try it for 2 years. And then when we did, it was an immediate sellout the first time. And I realized there was an entire world of customers who love TV shopping. They love the direct interaction, and they feel like they're part of the whole experience. And then with time, I felt much more comfortable in that milieu, and it's worked really, really well for us.
Oh, perfect. Well, thank you very much for answering those questions today, David. It's been very interesting.
My absolute pleasure. Thank you.